Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Jeremy of Brendle Concepts if this is your first time tuning in. This episode is a big one for me. I've been kind of showing the process building up to getting into what is final shapes here. This is permanent structure. I've been talking about doing this for a while now and well, it's finally here. So this episode, I'm basically going to just walk through the process and then show what this thing is going to look like. Finally, you get to see all the little details that I've been putting in here. A lot of curvature, a lot of playing with body lines, a lot of little things that I'm hiding that won't really pop out until we get to fiberglassing the final skin. So the process for this has been pretty straightforward. We cut the car first. We made these skins. We walked through that entire process. We did the round bar in templates. I kind of talked about all that, showed a little of that. I wasn't really able to capture a whole lot of me rolling the round bar. That's really a tedious process. It's really boring to watch. Hell, I don't even like to do it. But I did get a little bit of doing it for the front end here because it's permanent. So we're going to show you that. But before we actually show the video, I'll just explain what I had to do. So we started off with the arch of the wheel. Now, I didn't want something that had like a large flat spot to it. I wanted something that was rolled. I love, the old school JDM rolled fenders. And when I think of European, BMW, VW, old school, rolling fenders has just been something that we've all done. And so for this thing, kind of to take it back to that old school vibe, I wanted my body to feel like a rolled fender. It pulls it off really well for me. I really dig it. I also wanted a really, really flush fitment with this wheel and tire setup. I got exactly what I was looking for out of this. We'll get to that in the video. But so after we got basically to this point, it was get these structures. Now, every single one of these bars had to be duplicated off the template twice. So that is that I can transfer this over to the other side of the car. From there, it's pretty much just a matter of coming back from my blend line and, attaching here. Now I'm using a quick set epoxy to attach the round bar to the fiberglass and then, welding metal to metal. This takes a lot of blending to get the contour of the body, to get this round bar to basically fade back in. Once I go over with my fiberglass, this is going to be a really nice, gentle blend. So you won't see this pronounced hump from the round bar as it hits the fiberglass. It should just blend away. I got some video of, rolling this stuff and shaping this stuff. So with the belt sander, to contour. So let's check some of that out and see what that process looks like. So that in a nutshell is basically what it took to get to this point here. You can see now this is, actually permanent. There's nothing holding this up anymore. My wheel jigs did their jobs, perfectly. From here, once I got to this point, we had to cut off the bottom of the round bar to actually create the bottom of the wheel well here. From there, we are going to have to do a flat blade that will actually tie the wheel wells and the side skirts back together, and also the same thing for the front fascia and basically the front of the car. I have a picture that shows kind of what that's going to look like. Those, like I said, they're going to have to be made completely different and attached to the car permanently after all of this has been permanently attached. So it's going to be a little bit of a process, and we'll get into that later on in the build, but that's kind of the direction that this is going to go here. So I'm really happy how everything has turned out. Again, I said a long time, or many times, that I want a really flush fitment. And here's a little video of all the contours and all the little things that I've been kind of like toying with that have actually become real now. But the biggest thing, like I said, that I'm really, really happy with is getting this to sit really nice and flush. The idea for me is that as you walk around this car, it's going to feel very substantial in the front and really taper inward in the midsection of the car, and then really taper back out to really play with the width and proportions. So with having said all that, take a look at this video. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be cool. And yeah, here you go. This is about all that I'm going to put into this episode. A lot of this stuff is like kind of, you have to figure it out as you go along. Although I did all my templates, and had all the shapes, pre-done, I still had to go back and figure out where things were actually going to blend into my fiberglass. So it's a little bit of a trial and error, and you kind of, like I said, you got to figure it out as you go. So next episode, what I really want to try and do is time lapse the entire process of putting this all together. It's going to go from base panel fiberglass to basically attaching all these pieces step by step. So you get to see what it looks like to go from the bare car to where I am right now. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully it turns out really good. We'll see. But that's pretty much it for this week. And again, if you guys have any questions, you like what you see, make sure you subscribe, give us a like or tell a friend, check us out on social media. Other than that, we'll catch you next time. Thanks.